Dealing with the unwanted. "12 months, 365 days, 8,680 hours. That is a lot of time that has passed by. Days and weeks where she was supposed to figure this shit out, to know it by now, to understand what it all meant, to cry. She hasn't. She can't. She won't. A part of her knows that to honour the life that is and the life that was, she must do whatever it takes to rid herself of the pain, to not wallow in it, to have fun and enjoy what each new day brings her. She knows that. She is doing that. But yet, there is a wall she still cannot summit. Her feet are moving her body up the wall while her mind and her heart remain frozen at the bottom of her intentional barricade. She can feel her body moving in the right direction. However, if it wasn't for her mind and her heart, she would have been at the top by now. She would have climbed atop this thick concrete wall to see the beauty hidden from her awareness. She hasn't. She still doesn't know how. Underneath her smile is a seemingly endless amount of pain. A waterfall of emotion unable to flow because of the sub-zero temperature that is her heart. Her ice-cold feelings remain trapped in the frigid Her ice-cold feelings remain trapped in the frigid water on their way down to the freedom of the purifying waters below. She keeps smiling because no one really cares about her pain. It's as if it has all been forgotten. She can't forget. She can't forget the scolding words and the angry temper. She can't forget the lonely days and nights pulsating with sadness. She should. She knows she should. It's not healthy to dwell on the past, they say. But her mind keeps her there because her mind is relentless. It is so fucking persistent. It just won't let go. It has to. She has to. She cannot undo any of it, no matter how much she wants to. She can only live for today. And today, it has been exactly 1 year since her mother's passing. She hoped today would bring to the surface what has been lying dormant. She hoped today she would finally feel something. What will it take? What does she have to do? Help her. Help her to feel all of the pain and all of the sadness. Help her to release it so she can stop making herself so fucking crazy. She's begging you. What the fuck is still driving her crazy? She's listening to the wrong part of herself. She knows not to listen to... She's listening to the wrong part of herself. She knows not to listen, but that voice is so bloody loud. Then she gets annoyed with herself because she has listened for way too long. There's more to it. What could it possibly be? It's right in front of her, yet she is so blind to its existence. So much of her life has changed. She feels as though her life is divided into sections, with each section taking her away from the bigger picture. She is fixing it all piece by piece instead of giving herself the one thing she truly needs: unconditional love. Today she feels it. Unconditional love. Today she feels it missing more than ever. Its absence echoes in the loss of the one person who should have given it to her but never could. Her mind is reminding her of this missing piece today as she pulls her attention onto shit that doesn't matter. The same old fucking thoughts that have driven her misery for the past 30 plus years. How she cannot do anything right, not even the anniversary of her mother going back home. How she is still fat and disgusting. How the people in her life have let her down again. How there is no one to share her grief with. How she still cannot cry, even though she is willing herself to shed just one single tear. She's useless. Not worthy. Why is she even bothering to fight this anymore? She has every good reason to quit this misery, give into it, allow it to take over and consume her once again. This is the darkness within. It still lives inside of her. It probably always will. But how much space will she let it take up? What did I even want for today? She wonders to herself. It was supposed to mean more. It was supposed to be recognized. It wasn't supposed to be just another ordinary day. This thought torments her. Death has all but erased her existence. Who is the torment for? Herself or her mother? What if her life comes to this? What if every breath she ever took didn't so much as fog up a broken piece of mirror, let alone as impressive as the one she stood in front of for the past 12 months? Her body holds on to the loneliness she has endured for so long. The emotion of it wants to give way to a relief of tears, but that dam holds strong. Her emotions are on high alert. They are almost schizophrenic, bipolar. They are frantic with worry. There is nowhere safe to land. She needs to do something, and soon, before she gets into what can only be described as a living hell. No wonder she... No wonder she tears herself away from it all to stop the noise inside her mind. She just turns on the television. No, that's not good either. Turns. No wonder she turns herself away from it all to stop the noise inside of her mind. She turns on the television so she no longer has to think about anything. She can't believe where she has ended up today, in a fucking whirlwind of miserable misery. She's allowing it though. She's welcoming the onslaught of emotions so that she can get a better understanding of what has been hiding inside of her for so long. She has rummaged and searched. She has extracted and exhumed. She has questioned and interrogated. The answer has always been brought back to love. Just love. Pure, simple love. She wants it. She's ready for it to be unconditional, everlasting, enough. How do I get it and hold on to it? She asks out into the ether. She knows within all her heart that love is the missing piece, the love her parents denied her, and the love she eventually denied herself. If she can just get a hold of it and never let it go, then everything will be all right. This was a missing piece from her mother's life too. She is so wildly determined not to end up like her mother that these shrouded and powerful emotions confiscate any ounce of love that may be lingering in the shadows. How does she stand still in her grief for all that was and all that happened, whilst offering herself the biggest gift of all, love? How does she reposition this love inside of her so it propels her forward into the woman she is continuing to become? How does she do both at the exact same time? She wants to honour her grief and give it room to expand and release while simultaneously replenishing her supply of love. Is it possible to do that? None of these feelings have ever been wanted. She really only wanted to feel nothing. Literally nothing. Walk around as an empty mind and an empty heart. That would have made her, well, not happy. It would have made her nothing. Perfect. Her nothingness complete. She thought she was grieving her own way. She thought her plan to live life as best she could without all of the heartache was a bloody brilliant one. And it is, but first she needs to give herself a moment to stop and think and feel. That she has not done yet. She has not permitted herself to ask what she actually needs to feel. Why can't I just cry? Just fucking cry and get it all out of my system. Crying terrifies her. She hardly ever does it. She can cry at a really sad movie, but anything beyond that is just too close to home. The tears for herself dried up an eternity ago. The whispering tells her she needs to. The mind resists the truth. Crying is unwanted. Crying will be liberating. Thinking without constraint or limitation and full of love is the salvation she is searching for. Crying will save her. Crying will open the floodgates for love to flow right through her and wash away her sadness. Because she is sad. Not only for the loss of her mother, but for the mother she wanted to have. For the mother unwanted. For the loss of love and the loss of life. For her feelings unwanted. For those feelings she did want. Love, happiness, joy. She wanted those. Hate, anger, sadness. She did not want. Now is the time to acknowledge them and let them. Now is the time to acknowledge them and let the unwanted go. Love is the warmth required to melt her frozen heart. Her warm tears will rouse the flow anew. Sweet as. How's that?